And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly, truly fantastic day today. You see the title of the video. I'm sure everybody has heard by now about the whole thing about Klay Thompson unfollowing the Warriors. I don't know if it was on Twitter or Instagram or whatever. But anyway, he unfollowed the Warriors, and I'm sure it had to be something about he probably wasn't getting offered enough money from the Warriors to re-sign. And so he's whining and, acting about as beta as you can get. But anyway, let's check out this article. It says, last week, Warriors star Klay Thompson unfollowed the team on Instagram and deleted much of the Golden State content from his profile. But the seeming slight on the eve of NBA free agency isn't worrying his teammate Draymond Green. On his podcast, The Draymond Green Show, Green laughed off Thompson's social media snub. I know all of you probably looking forward to me talking about Klay unfollowing the Warriors. He started before admitting he didn't realize anything was awry until someone told him to check out Instagram. I had no idea that happened, Green continued. I think that's effing hilarious. Just so y'all know, I laughed. Thompson, 34, will become a free agent later this summer. On July 6th, NBA teams can begin signing free agents, and Thompson is reportedly hoping to be one of the top paid players in the group. Meanwhile, Klay appears typically unbothered on social media. On Monday, he posted a carousel of photos from his offseason, including a trip to the Arashima Bamboo Grove in Japan, some night golfing, and a chew toy tussle with his dog Rocco. I know you all be wanting someone's feelings to be hurt or something, but it ain't that, Green said. It's never gonna be that. Now, first of all, let me say this. I think this is very interesting coming from Draymond Green, because I do believe it is time to blow up the Warriors. I believe their day is over. And they can't recover. And I honestly believe the whole reason that they can't recover and get back to a championship contender is mostly because of Draymond Green. It is mostly because of Draymond Green. I don't believe the Warriors actually ever recovered from the Jordan Poole incident. I don't believe they ever actually recovered from that. And the thing is Draymond Green has seemed to just been getting increasingly off the charts since that incident. It's like thing after thing, and to the point to where I'm gonna go ahead and say this. So you gotta wonder, is Draymond purposely sabotaging the Warriors so that his king can have one less team to worry about, or so that, or more importantly, so that Steph can't get another championship and have a bigger claim of dominance than LeBron has on this era. Because to me, you can already argue that Steph Curry should have Steph Curry is at least equal to what LeBron James has done in this area. I say more because, say what you want about Kevin Durant joining the Warriors, and I think that was just as much of a ridiculous low integrity move as LeBron James. Again, just because one person does it, to me, does not justify the other person doing it. However, at least at least Steph Curry got all his championships on one team, which is more than LeBron James can say. So to me, he already has a claim to that. But yeah, the fact that Draymond seems to be really purposefully sabotaging the Warriors, you gotta wonder, with him getting photos and videos seen dancing with LeBron in the club and all that kind of stuff. You gotta wonder, is it done on purpose to make sure Steph Curry can't add anything to his legacy? But anyway, having said that, the whole Klay Thompson thing, Klay Thompson, obviously one of the greatest shooters in the history of the game. And like I said, probably obviously upset because the Warriors aren't offering him the money that he feels he deserves. But the funny thing about today and entitlement is everybody thinks they deserve. Everybody thinks they deserve whatever they want just because they want it. This is the time that we're living in. And shout out to Angry Old Hoops, because I watched this video on this topic earlier, and one thing he brought up, which I thought was a great point, is Larry Bird. Larry Bird turned down re-signing at the end of his career because he basically said, look, I can't deliver performances that's worth this money that you guys are going to pay me. And that is a very high integrity move. I know that is something that most people in the modern day can't fathom. I know integrity is a word that you fanboys probably don't even know what it is or know what it looks like, know how to spell it. I know you guys probably have no inkling and no care or worry about the word integrity at all. But that is a very high integrity move to say, look, I can't earn this money that you're about to pay me. I mean, if you want to break it down to something else, that's like someone who wants to hire you. Maybe you build houses and someone wants to hire you to build a house, but the house that they want you to build, is outside of your capabilities. Like most people would probably just try to, especially nowadays, will probably just try to take the money and fail miserably, But the right thing to do would be to say, hey, look, I know this is the house that you want, and I do build houses, but what you're trying to, I can't do that. Like what you want me to do, I can't do that, so I can't take your money. That is having integrity. So yeah, going back to Klay, it's like Klay has not been the same since injuries hit. This is just the facts. And I think we have seen the best of Klay Thompson. I don't think it's really going to get any better. We're definitely not going to get back to the point of how he was during the championship runs. I don't think we're ever going to see that again. And I think he should know this. But again, I've said this over and over again. Today's players, they are looking to get the most money for the least amount of work. They are always looking for ways to play the least, and to me, what I would call game the system. Because if you're not worth that, why are you trying to, why are you unfollowing the Warriors? It's like you were an integral part of the Warriors' success, yes, but you're not that same guy. You haven't done anything particularly great for the game of basketball as a whole. In other words, it's not like you're a Michael Jordan or Magic Johnson or Larry Bird who did something significant to move the game forward. Like you're just a great shooter on a great team. You're a great shooter on a great team. Probably comparable to Steve Kerr in some ways. It's like, Steve Kerr is a great part of the Chicago Bulls' success. However, Steve Kerr is not one of these players who, like I said, moved the game forward. So like somebody like a Michael Jordan, I believe when Michael Jordan retired the very first time, if I'm not mistaken, and went to play baseball, I believe the Bulls were still paying him salary. But why wouldn't they? Michael Jordan is the reason why basketball is this profitable now. To me, if you're a player like that, yeah, then it's some, it's warranted that you may be compensated even when you get past your prime or even in special circumstances. But a player like Klay Thompson, like I said, you're a great shooter on a great team. But to me, both you and Draymond Green would not be seen in the same light had you not played with a player like Steph Curry. You wouldn't be seen in that same light. So yeah, I think the whole thing, like I said, I think there's a very weak move that you unfollowing the Warriors and deleting pictures. And like, you got 4 championships with the Warriors. Like what more could you ask for? Like, you're not the kind of player who's capable of leading the team to a championship by yourself. Being your, the kind of player who can lead a team and elevate the players around him enough to win championships. So, you should be happy that you got to be a part of a team like that. That you got to be a part of a team that had one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Definitely the player who changed the game, even though I don't think it's for the positive. Now everybody wants to shoot threes, but it's kind of like Michael Jordan changed the game kind of in a similar way, where everybody wanted to be like Mike, but the difference is Mike's whole game wasn't shooting threes. Like Mike's game was a well-rounded game. So that's a lot of what people try to emulate is his ability to drive to the basket. You know, his competitiveness on the court. These are the kind of things that people were trying to emulate about Michael Jordan. But with Steph Curry, it's like everybody's trying to shoot threes. And, you know, I'm not sure the next time we're actually going to see a player who can shoot threes as well as Steph Curry. Now, obviously, you know, there are better and better shooters and time goes on. But, you know, I do think it's a cap to how well you can shoot from long distance. You know, you will never be able to shoot from long distance the same way at a high clip, the same way that you can shoot a layup. It's just, you know, the more space you put between you and the basket, the more variable. So I do think it's a cap, and I don't cap to how great of a shooter you can be. And so, yeah, I don't think we're going to see a bunch of Steph Currys in the future. I don't think that's where basketball is headed because I don't believe you'll be able to sustain the league in the long run if it goes any further that way. I feel like we're probably at the limit now. You know, if it goes any further than this, you know, I think the NBA will be in serious trouble. I mean, it's no wonder that the NBA is, you know, surviving LeBron James and all that he's done to the game. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think of Klay Thompson unfollowing the Warriors? What do you think about Klay Thompson apparently, you know, wanting to get the max amount of money to go back to the Warriors? You know, do you think that is legitimate, or do you think, you know, if you know that you're past your prime and you are unable to deliver at that same clip, then you should definitely be willing to take less money. I feel like that would be the high integrity move to do. You know, and again, money does not justify everything. You know, but we live in a society where money has become above everything else. Like, money is literally the justification for any and everything. You know, it's like, oh, LeBron James, he flops and cheats the game. Yeah, but he's a billionaire. It's like, oh, this, you know, P. Diddy is this kind of person and, you know, does all this horrible stuff. Yeah, but he's a billionaire. It's like money is always the justification. But until we get past this whole need to justify everything with money, first of all, that will never bring you true happiness. And this is why, you know, fanboys, this is the lesson you need to learn from your king. If LeBron James was truly happy, he would not have to beg for respect and those kind of things. You know, money will not fill that void. You know, what fills that void is having some kind of integrity about what you do. Then that's when you can sleep and rest well at night because you know you did things the right way. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly, truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.